Smurfin67 Gaming on Facebook for updates on when we'll be streaming when and all the videos that should be uploaded to there. You can also subscribe to this link underneath so you can get updates through YouTube when new videos will be added. Furthermore, just want to give a shout out to my nephew Sawyer if he's seeing this. Hope he's having a great day. Alright guys, so today after introducing some new squad members, Liara in the last one, we're gonna just quickly have a little talk with all our crew members, get to know them a little better. So we're talking Rex, Tally, Garrus, Ashley, Kaden, and the aforementioned Liara, and then we're gonna go off and do the side quests. So let's start with Kaden and hope he's less of a wet blanket today.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Speak your mind. I'm just asking you what's up, bro.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
It's the Council, Kaden, for once. We're on the same page, so let's let you know I hear you out.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
That sounds pretty severe.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Hold up, I want to know more about this. This seems really dark.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Okay, this is getting dark. Let's keep going.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Okay, hopefully he has somebody to back him up.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Oh, we're starting to get some depth out of Kaden. Let's keep going.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The Grand Gateway to Humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
He's worried I think he's a whiner? No, I think that's the most personality he's shown since we've got on this ship together, so honestly I'd rather hear more from him than if his biggest concern's that I think he's whiny. Not gonna happen. I'm just glad he started to open up a little bit and show a little personality. Talk to Rex.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
You met him?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Wow.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Sounds like he was covering his tracks.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Alright, let's see what's up with Ashley.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
So what, she's cool with Liara and Tally, but Rex and Garrus bug her? So she just doesn't like male aliens?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
That's it, I'm done with her. She's already annoying me again.
That's enough, Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Sir! No, sir. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
Darn right you will.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. their family, right?
Not everyone has a happy family life.
I know. But I'm not gonna bet she's on our side just because Benezia didn't hug her enough. I'll keep an eye on her. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Jeez, put her in her place and now suddenly she doesn't want to talk. But she sure is big on the racism.
Commander, how are you?
I'm great. Garrus, let's hear some more about you.
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it, too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough, but you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right, or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Really?
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
It's alright, Garrus, I understand. Requisitions officer, I think we still got Liara and Tally to talk to. If you're watching this and you've seen the squad mates and seen the talking so far, in the comments section, just leave me whoever your favorite squad mate is so far. Just the impression there, who you like, who you don't like. Just want to see it in the comment section, get some feedback on these videos here.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
She doesn't like the quiet. We're very different.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Aw, that's sad.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, It would
Oh, I
strain
think
our
we've had this
resources to their
conversation
breaking
before.
point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers in extreme cases of population decline. Like what? See you later.
Alright, Tally, that was great. I think we're just gonna have a quick conversation with Liara, who I believe I missed on the previous deck. So we'll go have a quick talk with her, and then we're gonna get on to some of these side quests here in the Artemis Tau, which is basically the cluster space we were in the previous one here. We were on a Therum when we found Liara in the mine. So that little section of planets, I think we've already scanned them and gone through them and looked for side quests, but we'll take a look at that and we'll try and get through all the planets in there tonight. And I believe this is where, yep, this is where Liara's holed up.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
That's correct, I am.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
She's pretty good at it.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Crew looks at her strange. I think it's just Ashley. The fact she's appreciative of being on here makes me more partial to take her side over Ashley in future debates.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Tell me about this Asari culture.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Well, that's never a good thing, but what are some of these rumors?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Like, how does that work?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
Okay, this is very scientific.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
I can get behind that. That seems a pretty reasonable way to look at it. Probably helps coping if you live 1,000 years.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Alright, well, seems like we learned everything there.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright, time to get on to some side quests. So informative, we learned a little bit more about all our squad mates, and now it's time to go out into the Artemis Tau cluster and start doing some exploring side quests and hit some of these planets we haven't hit before. Alright, so we've been to Therum. Alright, so we checked this Zakos out. Or Zakros, nothing there. We got Artemis, and it looks like we can survey it, so let's just give it a survey. We found a gas deposit, so that's cool. Now we got Thalatos, and it looks like there's nothing here for us to do. And Normandy. Nothing here to do in this this part of the Artemis Tau now. We cleared this one out, and this was the Konos star cluster. So we're gonna go from Konos, and now we're gonna come over here to the Sparta cluster. Well, Sparta subsection of the Artemis Tau cluster.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
I could go back there, but I think I'm gonna go through the planets and I'll take care of these planets first. So let's start with the far one here, the Alsages. There's nothing here on this planet, so we're just going to go and come to the next one here, which is the Monotumul. There seems to be nothing here either. Okay. Apparently there isn't. To a Lotus. And we can come down here, but because we can come down there, we're going to come back to that and check out the last two first. So, Termain looks like it has nothing here, and then we got Alada. Alright, well it looks like there's nothing there, so we're just going to come straight down here to the Lotus planet and get on it. past the biotic implant and the girl he wants out of the thing for, and Rex is kind of just doesn't like Saren, and he's a little rough around the edges, but the more time we spend with him, the more interesting he's going to get. Let's pull up the map here for this planet. Looks like we got some debris over here we can check out. We got a distress signal, and we got an anomaly, so let's start with the debris. And then I'll move over to the anomaly, and then we'll come over to the distress signal to figure it out. Oh, this is being oh, how much I do enjoy driving you here. You look at this planet, it looks highly rocky, kind of really thick, dense, almost ashy looking sky. It doesn't look like the type of place you want to inhabit. Looks like I got another thing coming up on my scanner here, and it looks like it's some type of mineral deposit. So I can come over this way and get that one first, and then we'll go back to the debris. Oh. Let's hop out and take a look at this rock. I think that's what it is. We got here, we got a... Oh, it's a lithium deposit. Okay, well, we've successfully surveyed this lithium, so now we got some lithium to pull from in the future. Always nice to see that some of these alien planets have minerals we find here on Earth. If I knew more about what chemical compounds and try to get alien liquid knowledge, but I'm no chemist. Alright, what we got here? We got some debris, and it looks like it's a down satellite. Crash probe. Okay, well, let's take a look at this. Oh, my electronic skills are too low. Let's come into here to my squad, and let's see if I can up it a little bit with my decryption skills. Okay. I don't know why I haven't upgraded these previous, but I put my decryption higher, so possibly we can get into it. Nope. Okay, well, we're gonna have to pass on that one today. Which means we're on to the next thing. So let's set my marker here. And you know what? We'll go to the anomaly. Once again, guys, apologies if you got no ignition switch here. It's just straight go up with the could go on that where it normally would be. Like I said, two videos ago, like getting used to the Mega controls. It's so different than controlling just about any other type of vehicle with most other video games. It's very jarring for me. A while to get used to it. It's still kind of taking a while to get used to. But yeah, the Mako doesn't show up a whole lot in the other games. Mass Effect 2 and 3. And actually, I think the closest thing to it is in Mass Effect Andromeda, which is like the fourth game not in with the series. Might play it later on. It's the what I can't remember if it's called Rover or what they call their version of Mako. But this was the anomaly we found. So let's take a look at what this is. Oh, looks like a mummified Solarian. ID tag recovered, found Captain Minon's identification tag. How it ended up here is important to know for sure. Impossible to know for sure, sorry. So, we'll have to figure that out in the future. But it looks like we got one last thing to do on this planet, and let's come over here to the distress signal and deal with that. I just saw taking the tentacles was there, but... And so I should be resuming, so it should take me back to the planet. If not, we'll load back and head back to the planet to deal with that. Mass Effect 1 always had a weird kind of... Oh, we're here, so let's find out where we are on the map again. Oh, so it doesn't save in after that, so pretty much all my previous progress is gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to go quickly back through all the stuff here. As you recall, part of the last 4 minutes of your life being away from this. Oh. So we remember we can't get the debris, because that was the other one, but we can get back to the anomaly. We'll go handle this pressure mod that just kind of wrecked us there. And I think in between finding this Solarian that we're going to find again here with the anomaly, we're going to put a quick save in after that, so that way if I end up dying, heaven forbid again, I can just come back here and I'll take the loss off the pause and not having that saved in. Obviously not going to change things too much for me here. But yeah, that was kind of frustrating. Well, you know, sometimes you get hit and things become frustrating and you just gotta go and do what you do and hit the reset button and go back at it. Get back up on that horse, as they say. Like I said, we're gonna just come over here, find our modified Solarian, ID tags, and we're gonna jet back and we're gonna finish off that pressure mob. You'll aware of the fact that even though you go through his virtual how far, even if you take out all those sensory tentacles, he's still flopping around, he's still sneaking up on you, and I'm just gonna try and give him a healthy distance. I think that's a good strategy for our combat with him, is just healthy distance, keep him in sight, don't lose sight in healthy distance. Do this again. Cool. Great. Hit the save button. Overwrite the previous save. And we'll get it back to Banco. And we're going to take care of this now. I can't imagine living on a planet here where the sun just barely breaks through the murkiness and mugginess of the ashy atmosphere like it is over there. You can see, like, look at that. That's just, I couldn't imagine living on a planet like that. Also now going to go to the map, mark down that Thresher Maw again. Yep, that's us. Here's the Thresher Maw. Let's handle it. No more playtime with this guy. Playtime is over. Yeah. Like I said last time, we saw that we got a lot of asteroids coming through the atmosphere just burning up. And not in the old Jonas Brothers where they're burning up. But here we go, and I'm just waiting for him to spawn. Here he comes. There he is. Not. Straight to the Thresher Maw and just I gotta figure this out because this is the frustration's starting to build. Alright, get back in this Banco. I know where he is now. Load it back in. So all things being all, just map that again so I know where I'm going. Obviously I didn't play that one out quite too well, but you can't. I'm just coming to the realization you just can't repair the thing when you're against him. That's just not going to happen. fire the big guns halfway through and see if that strategy works out any better. And if you're paying attention to this, if you're feeling my pain, just hit me with the hashtag Thresher Maw on the bottom. These Thresher Maws are they're giving it to me here. Thresher Maw just let them have it, eh? They got out of the ship, so they didn't even have a ship, and that Thresher Maw let them have it.
Admiral Cahoe, we need to tell him what happened here.
Oh, I will tell Admiral Gamalko, or whatever his name is. Is there a way to disable the signal? Are we good? Yep. It would appear we are good. Okay. Make sure everything's X's except for that debris. Yep. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get back in the Mako and we're gonna take off. Okay. That's good. Return back to the Normandy. So we got this cluster done, which was the what was this? This was the Sparta cluster, and we've been to the Konos cluster. We're gonna come back in here. Or getting through all the Artemis Tau cluster. So we got Sparta, we got Konos. We're gonna go over to the Athens cluster next. So let's take a look at the Selmas here. Nothing here on Salamis. We got Nausicaa. Nothing here. Okay. How many other planets we got here? We got this one here, which I definitely would have missed before, on Pharos. Looks like we can survey it. Oh, we found a Turian insignia, recovered signs of the planet Pharos revealed an abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest, but much of the debris was marked with the Magna Colony insignia. Okay. What's on Protus? We can survey this. And we found a gas deposit. Free oxygen. Always good. And what is on surf? Oh, looks like we can survey this one too. And we found another gas deposit of helium-3. So it looks like we found pretty much everything we can in this subsection of the Artemis Tau cluster, which leaves us with the Based-on system. So let's take a look at what we have here. We got Barclays, which allows us to survey it. We got a gas deposit. Lots of gas today. Sounds like a party about to go down. On Patavik we got nothing of interest. Nothing there, nothing there. What about Portland? We can survey that one. Matriarch's writings recovered. You were scanning the planet of Portland when a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator Presley determined the signal was from an ancient beacon. Your salvage team brought the beacon aboard and found one of Matriarch Dalian's writings in its in its storage compartment. Okay. And I think that just leaves us with this planet here. Yep. Serajol. And it looks like we can land, so let's come on down to this planet and take a look. Okay. So I think we're gonna bring the odd couple here and bring in Liara and bring in Ashley, who doesn't seem too high on her. So we're gonna have a lot of biotic strength and a lot of combat strength. So unless we run into a lot of Geth, we should be okay. But Geth are also susceptible to weapons, and so rather than just have Adam with tech powers, we'll just drone them down with guns. And this should be the last, the last mission in this Artemis Tau cluster. So this is probably going to be the last mission we go on tonight in the stream. So let's just take a look at the map and see what's available on this planet. So we got debris, a stronghold, and an anomaly. So I think I'm going to go to the debris first. I'll cut back over to the anomaly, and then I will take care of the stronghold. So let's just mark the debris to start with, and hopefully, in this case, our electronic skills are high enough to crack open into and have at her. Oh, electronic skills are too low. Wow, debris really loves me in this game. So let's. I think I'm gonna. I almost want to not check debris on the planets, but I also feel like if I check it out, there's something significant. So now let's work our way over to the anomaly. Red mark. capsule from the SR here. Matriarch's writings recovered. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container is in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Dingla's writings. Okay. Let's go take a look at the deposit and see if there's anything of value. Of course, on that last one, we found some lithium, so I'm curious to see what we find in this mineral deposit up here. Survey it, and then we'll go take care of the stronghold. Boost ourselves. Oh, well, let's get that right in Mako. Even in a remaster, we still could get that where it would be ideal. Here's this mineral deposit. I'm just gonna park it here. Oh, and we got some thorium, so let's have at her here. Alright, we successfully got ourselves some thorium. And
Ready. Ready.
okay, well, the two ladies already. Yeah, I wasn't exactly trying to click on them. It was more an issue of where things lie. But let's head for the stronghold and right up here. Get ready for like a right main. This is going to be a little bit of action before we call it for a night here. This is the Artemis Tau cluster. We'll finish this up, and tomorrow, I think the next time, I don't know if tomorrow or the day after is when I will get my next Massive History. I know we got a Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man stream coming pretty soon. Tomorrow I'll probably be streaming, give or take, I think around noonish. I'm going to see how I feel. Check Smirkin67 Gaming on Facebook for a list of the times. If the time differs from what's posted there, I'll be updating it in the morning. But right now, one here. I think if I was playing fair, I'd just get out of the ship here and take care of them that way. But, you know, this Mako's got a... If I'm bringing a tank to a gunfight, I might as well utilize the tank, right? Makes life pretty easy. There's two more that are probably going to be coming back here. And I think it's going to be an hour system. And I think we're good to go now. Let's just get a bit of stronghold here. Let's get the sniper figured out. Okay, gonna pop it out here. And pull out my gun so I'm ready in case anyone sneaks up on me. And we're gonna enter the building. Yeah, so like I was saying previous to this, yeah, should be doing Spider-Man probably in the next 2 days, doing another one of these in the next 2 days. I'm thinking about bringing in a third game. I'm kind of looking in between UFC 3 or breaking into, I think I'm going to, it's between UFC 3 pretty much, or I might be pulling in the Batman Arkham Asylum, the first game in the Arkham series. I'm going to put it up for a fan vote here, so I probably won't try a third game until probably Friday, so just hit in the comment section here, either put, if you want Arkham Asylum, put Arkham Asylum, but just hashtag Arkham Asylum, I'll see it. If you want the UFC, but just put hashtag UFC. Come Friday, whichever one shows up the most in my videos, by then, we'll find the next game we play as a third game. Thing, if we can call it a positive. There's no chance here, so Captain Jack Sparrow by Lonely Island. Help your neighbor and listen to it. Shout out to Michael Bolton if he, that song is just, that song is lightning in a bottle, my friends. Alright, we got I think there's 2 more of some boys around. You know what? Sometimes. Shield them. As quick as possible. I ain't down with this.
Have a clear shot.
Yeah, well, you can't get a clear shot, Ashley, because you are hiding behind because she's hiding behind a wall, waiting for me not to knock her off. Oh, I believe to my scanner that she must have retreated all the way upstairs.
I can't lock on.
Can't lock on because she hit all the way up here. She ran. That's okay, Liara. This place here, so let's take a look at some of these other rooms. Shield there.
Think we got him, Commander.
An object. Take all that out. Hardened storage locker, can't get to that. Wall safe, apparently we're too low on the decryption. We got something at the desk here. You discovered evidence that the Asari leading these slavers in Nasana Dantius, who was the Asari on the Citadel that wanted me to meet up with her, who also didn't have time for me originally. As it says here, an important ambassador on the Citadel are sisters. You should return to this Presidium and confront Nasana with this. Okay, well, I got the evidence. Looks like that's there. And as much as I would like to confront Nasana Dantius with this evidence, I think we can probably do that in our next stream for Mass Effect. So I think if there's nothing else in this building other than this room on the far side to check out, we'll go through there, we'll come back to the ship, and that's going to be a night. And it's been great. Glad all you guys could join me. Hope you guys had an amazing Father's Day. You got to spend time with your dads. Shout out to all the dads out there. And we are just going to load up here. It's been great. Once again, so if you want updates, Smurfit67 Gaming on Facebook. Give it a like, subscribe. If you like this video, you like this content, give me a subscription. You can subscribe underneath. If there's anything you think I can do better, write it in the comments section. I will read. I'll be, as long as it's respectful and polite, the comment will stay. If it's cursing or if it's overtly negative and not related to what's going on in the stream, it will be deleted and I will block you from here. I believe in free speech unless you're going to be disrespectful to people. Like I said, other questions too. The question of the day for this one was, who was your favorite squad mate? We met Caden, we met Ashley, you got Rex, you got Garrus, you got Tally, and you got Rex. Did I miss someone? Tally, Rex, Garrus, Liara, Ashley, Caden? I don't think we have, so just let me know who your favorite squad mate is so far, just from your impressions of them and the missions we've done. And I look forward to taking some time tomorrow to go through any comments and such left. Also, like I said, whatever you want to see for the next game, whether it be UFC or Arkham Asylum, just hit the hashtags, either hashtag Arkham Asylum or hashtag UFC. By Friday, I'll decide what the third game will be, and next week we'll lead in with the third game. Thanks for joining me. Hope you all have a wonderful night. See you again tomorrow.